Hey scholars, welcome back to your writing lessons. Yesterday, we finished our work on compound sentences using conjunctions to combine two sentences together. Saw some friends doing a really awesome job at editing that paragraph we had. I did see some friends who did not edit that paragraph at all. If that was the case, then it was returned back to you, and the expectation is that you go back and you fix that assignment from yesterday. You should not be turning in the paragraph as it was. You are going back into that paragraph and you are looking for where you can combine two sentences together using a conjunction. But today we are starting on a new topic and we are going to be focusing on contractions. Try saying that word, contractions. Now, like compound sentences, contractions are compound words, two words that we put together, and we might take out a letter or a letter sound, and we put in a punctuation mark called an apostrophe. We're going to watch a brain pop video that's going to introduce contractions to us. Then we're going to do our work for today.
Moby, didn't you read the sign? Please don't touch. That's a contraction. A contraction is a word formed by combining two or more words, leaving out sounds or letters. We use contractions all the time when we speak. They're faster and easier to say. How do you form a contraction? The word don't is a contraction for do not. First combine do not and take out the O. Then you add an apostrophe, which is a kind of punctuation mark. The apostrophe in a contraction tells you where the missing letters or sounds are. So do not becomes don't. You can do the same things to change could not to couldn't, is not to isn't, did not to didn't, and have not to haven't. But the contraction for will not doesn't follow the pattern. Its contraction is won't. As in, I won't tell anyone you touch the blocks. What are contractions with am, are, and is? It sure is cold outside. I am drinking hot cocoa. You can change I am to a contraction by combining the words, dropping the A, and adding an apostrophe. I'm drinking hot cocoa. You are eating warm soup. You can turn you are into a contraction. You're eating warm soup. Mia is making tea. This sentence can change to Mia's making tea. Hey, let's play in the snow. What are contractions that use have, has, and had? You have made one snowball. You can turn you have into a contraction. Combine the words, drop the letters HA, and add an apostrophe to form you've. You've made one snowball. Hey! You should have ducked. You can change should have into a contraction. You should have ducked. You had better watch out. You had can form the contraction you'd. You'd better watch out. Hey, who threw that? Uh-oh. Mia has made a bunch of snowballs. You can turn Mia has into a contraction. Mia's made a bunch of snowballs. Some contractions look the same. Well, the contractions in these two sentences look similar, but they mean different things. She's on the phone. When you read a contraction, try breaking it apart. It doesn't make sense to say, she has on the phone. She is on the phone. There are a lot of blocks to set back up. Don't worry, Moby. You will do it in a snap. I can change you will to a contraction. You'll do it in a snap. Oops, it's important to proofread and make sure you put the apostrophe in the right place. Good job, Moby. Oh, I think you forgot one. I'd like to go home now.
Oh. All right, friends. Let's think about everything we just heard in that brain pop. There was so much information in there. We're just going to go through some common contractions today. We're going to think about their structure, how we create those contractions, and then we're going to look at examples of sentences where we can take two words and we can create a contraction. So let's start by looking at our common contractions. These are our not contractions. So we have could not. We put those two words together, could not, and we drop the O here in not, and we add an apostrophe, and we get couldn't. That same rule applies for is not, isn't, did not, didn't, and have not, haven't. Then, like it said in the video, we have will not, which actually changes to won't. Next, we have our am, are, or is contractions. We're dropping that letter A here for I am, and we get I'm. You are, we're dropping the A for your. He is, we're dropping the I, we get he's. She is, dropping the I, we get she's. It is, dropping the I, we get its. Notice how we have an apostrophe here in each of our, oh my goodness, what did I do? In each of our contractions. Here for have and has, we drop the HA and we only leave the ending. So I have changes to I've, you have changes to you've, he has changes to he's, she has changes to she's, and it has changes to its. Now, that's not all of the contractions, but those are some common ones that we see very often and that we use in our English language very often. We can use contractions in writing if we're just writing informally. Now, if we're writing formally, we want to stay away from using contractions. But if we're just quickly writing a story or maybe a summary, we can use contractions. So today, your directions. First, you need a composition book, a pencil, and a colored pen or pencil. And we are going to make contractions in the following sentences. We're going to circle the words that can be used to make a contraction. We're going to rewrite the sentence with the contraction. So Miss Metz is going to show you for the first example, and you can follow along in your composition book. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. Well, I see I and have. I know that I and have can combine together to create the contraction to form the contraction I've. So when we rewrite our sentence, we're going to combine I and have. We're going to drop the HA. And we're going to put an apostrophe between I and the VE. If we look back up here at our example for I have, we see the contraction is I've. So on the next line here, I've got 2 brothers and 1 sister. Good. Let's take a look at our next example. And in your composition book, after you write this sentence down, try circling the 2 words that we're going to use to make a contraction. This sentence says, "Let me know when you are done." As I look at each word in this sentence, I see that the contraction can be made with you are. We can change you are to your when you're done. Try rewriting the sentence now with the contraction in your composition book. Let me know when you're done. Awesome. Next sentence says, I did not complete the assignment. Which 2 words can be used to create a contraction here? Yeah, did and not. We can combine those 2 words to create the contraction didn't. If we check back up here, did not, we're dropping the O and we have the contraction didn't. So let's go ahead and rewrite our sentence. I didn't complete the assignment. Great. Next, she will not send the letter until she buys stamps. What 2 words in here can be used to make a contraction? Yes, will not. Remember, will not does not follow the rules of contractions. Instead, will not actually becomes won't. So when we come back down to rewrite our sentence using that contraction, we will say she won't send the letter until she buys stamps. Here. Let's look at our next example. Miss Vega knows he has turned in his work. What 2 words can be used to form a contraction here? Looking back up at our examples, I know that he and has can be combined to create he's. So we can go ahead and circle he's. Give yourself a pat on the back if you already got that one. You already knew that he has can form the contraction he's. Great, now we'll rewrite the sentence and we'll use our contraction. Miss Vega knows he's turned in his work. And last example. Try and do this one on your own. Maybe pause the video and then press play to check your answer. We have not seen each other in over 2 months. I hope that you found that have and not can be combined together to create the contraction haven't. So with have and not, we drop that O and we get haven't. We can rewrite our sentence and we can say we haven't seen each other in over 2 months. Done. I hope that you got a lot out of that practice and you understood what to do, because in your independent practice today, you're going to be doing the same thing. The directions are the same. You're going to make contractions in the following sentences. You're going to circle the words, or if you don't know how to circle, you can highlight the words. Remember, we can use our highlighter up here. Select a color to highlight, making sure that we click and drag whatever it is that we would like to highlight. So he is, I've highlighted, or if you know how to circle here, you can circle. the words that can be used to make a contraction, and rewrite the sentence with the contraction. So I can enter to the next line, and now I'm going to make the contraction, he's going outside. You're going to do that for all of the sentences here, and then you're going to turn in your work. That's all I have for you today, friends, and tomorrow we're going to do day 2 of contractions. So make sure you really try hard today on your assignment so that you're ready for tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.